Hello, gbogbo ilé, àbọ̀rúbọyè, àbọ̀yè bọ́ ṣíṣẹ́. Àjúbà lára, àjúbà àjèrò, àjúbà ọ̀rọ̀gun léèlá, ìbà àwọn eléwé àkọ́kọ́, ìbà àwọn tí wọ́n wẹgbò kẹ́yìn, ìbà àwọn tí wọ́n wà níwájú, ìbà àwọn tí wọ́n ń bẹ lẹ́yìn wa. Ìbà ọkùnrin àti obìnrin lónìí kíbà tiwa ó ṣẹ. Ìbà fáwọn ìyá ọ̀pàkí àlàkẹ́, arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀, àtoríjapá àti fúnjẹ̀dọ̀, àtẹ̀dọ̀ jòróró kíbà tiwa ó ṣẹ lónìí. Ṣẹ. We pour veneration to the ancestors, and we are reckoning with their great works, their inventions, their researches, their discoveries. We are reckoning with their efforts and their own fantastic establishment during their days on earth. We ask that their energy stay with us, and also that the universe avail us with the awesome wisdom that is available in his chest and his depth. We speak the word of greatness and the word of positive realities to the life of everyone that gather together with us today. We beckon on the depth of the earth to yield increase to you and for you. We also beckon on the cells in the water to store memories of healing on your behalf. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mú omi kò lè sápá yín lórí, ẹnikẹ́ni tí bá ń ṣàìsàn nù ní tó bá ṣe mú omi ní wákàtí ọ̀wọ̀ yìí, kómi ó mọ mú ìlera wá fún un. Ẹ ò ní tójú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o, ẹ ò ní taṣọ àgbà mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ilẹ̀ á lanu, á gbà wọ́n ta yín mì, ẹ ò ní kú ní rèwerèwe o, ẹ ò ní fọjọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ lọ. May you not die untimely. May you live to fulfill your purpose. May you live to touch life such that when you are gone in the process of transitioning or reincarnation, even your memories stay amongst those who are yet to be born. May those who are not meeting your acquittance be living with a vivid memory of the things that you do while you're on earth. Positive things. We ask the sun, the fire, to bring life to you and not burn away your life now. We also speak to the wind. We speak to the north of the universe, the south of the universe, the west and the east. We ask. Wípé tọ̀tún tòsì báyìí ilẹ̀yẹlé fi ń kórè wọ̀lú gbogbo bíkíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ̀ sí ire ó mọ lálẹ́ wò báyìí ń bẹ̀. May goodness surround you in every area of your life. Àwọn tí wá ń wọ́ mọ́ nínú yín kẹ́tọ́ wà lábòsùn o. May every form of barrenness, either financial barrenness, marital barrenness, fruitfulness in your womb, employment barrenness, health barrenness, may it come to an end by the virtue of this decree. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tí bá ń wojú obìnrin fún àti tọwọ́ bẹnu, we decree a turnaround upon your life, that may you not suffer a day of being broke for the rest of your life. Ẹ máa mówó nú owó ní o, ẹ mú ọlá nú ọlá, ẹ mú iyì nínú iyì, ọwọ́ yín ò ní kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò. May your hand not reach the end of your pocket. Àti ohun tó lówó ń ṣe, àti owó tó lówó ní, ìkankan ò ní wọ́n yín nú ẹ̀. Àṣẹ. For those who are on their sickbed, we decree into the university that may healing visit you at this very hour. May restoration come to your tissue, to your bone marrow, to the skin, to your veins, to the blood in you, to the water in you. We stand in gap for those who are seeking freedom. Freedom from broken home, freedom from broken relationship, freedom from broken marriages, freedom from domestic abuse, freedom from imprisonment through wrong allegation, freedom from going to a strange land, not having the freedom to move around in terms of maybe documentation and all that. We speak that you assess the level of freedom that you desire today. May you assess the level of freedom that you desire today. Please go ahead and press the like button. I learned that the more you press the like button, the more the platform is actually being spread across everybody, and the video appear to the screen of everybody. May you experience a new level of freedom. Bó bá tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ra rẹ, ó lágbára àti lè ṣí ilé tó ń gbé ò ní dẹ̀wọ̀n fún ọ. Ìrìn àjò tó ń lọ kò ní dẹ̀wọ̀n fún ọ. Ìyàwó tó fẹ́ gbé yìí ò ní dẹlẹ́wọ̀n fún ọ. Ọkọ tó fẹ́ fẹ́ kò ní padà di ọ̀gá ẹlẹ́wọ̀n rẹ o. People get married, they don't know they are going into prison. They don't know that this very partner is going to turn out to be a prison warder for them. They cannot go out. They cannot stay in. They become miserable. May that not be your portion and the portion of your children and those who love you. People go into businesses and partnership with people. They do not know that they are walking into prison. It is eventually they discover that, hey, what have I done to myself? May you not have a cause to regret that partnership. Without wasting much time, let us commence today's teaching. Somebody was asking that, Baba Yooba, I've seen you use this thing, and then I've seen you use this one. It's just for me, share. It's just for me, Ajia. This is called Ajia. This is called share. Share is made of so many round balls inside of it, and it is used to awaken the airing of the universe, to condition the atmosphere around you such that whatever you say, it is being listened to by every element of nature: water, earth, air, fire, the sun, metals, the spirit seen and the spirit unseen. It calls the attention. So when you say things, it becomes reality. Ajia, Ajia. It also serves the same purpose as this, but Ajia is the same thing as, you can call it Aje, which means authority. Now, you will be wondering, I will say we don't bow to idols. What is this? This is an idol. This is female, a representation of female energy. That's why I always tell you that there is no discrepancies or misunderstanding between the Babalawo and the female energy, the witches. So Babalawo imagine. So when you see this, this is a woman's hairdo. This is a woman's hairdo. This is a female. This is a breast here. She's carrying a breast because there is authority in the breast of a woman. When a mother touches her breast, especially the top of her nipple, to make a decree over her children, forget it. If a woman is behind her children, you cannot steal them from her. You cannot kill them. And then this woman is kneeling down. You realize they carve it in such a way that she's kneeling down like an intercession. So whenever a Babalawo speak words out of authority, and this is being shook together or being shaken together, we use this as a representative of a female energy. And then if there is absence of women to make the final decree, when we also do this, we say there is a female energy around, because a woman is the essence of life, and a man cannot be successful without a woman. So it is not an idol. Gradually, you will be able to effectively draw a label. Unfortunately, most of the Babalawo, even in this Africa, do not know the essence of this. They carry it out as a fashion. They just see it as something part of their dressing, but they cannot draw or label or even give a simple explanation to what this is all about. Everything is perfect now. So we go into the teaching. We are today talking about enhancing your spirituality with sex, or the knowledge of sex, the correlation or the relationship between you as a person and then your sexual energy. We all know what sex is. But do we know the importance of sex? Or should we begin to explore the importance of sex? How important is sex to human life in proportion to their spirituality? We are going to be talking about this in different ways, different angles. And I do believe that children who are around 18 plus are the ones available here, else you are an adult. Your body needs sex. Your very body. It needs sex. Because sex is an avenue to release energy. I'm inside the car. I'm using an example for you. I'm inside the car right now. And this car is working. The ignition is up. The engine has been working. There is a cooling system that makes the car comfortable for me to sit. However, while the cooling system is making life comfortable for me internally, it will become unbearable for the system that is cooling me down if there is no way for that particular external system to also cool off. Do you get my allegory? A cooling system in the car, apart from the fact that it moves me from point A to B, there is also a need for this car to cool off. There is such a thing called fan. There is such a thing called radiator. That's a thermostat. And there is such a thing called exhaust. Some people call it silencer. Exhaust. Through the exhaust of a car, the carbon that the energy is converted into serving a way of escape. Else, this car will be instantly damaged. So also in sexual intercourse, there are times when you have what we call accumulation of energies. Accumulation of energies. You have it much more than you really need. And sex is one of the very many ways to pass out this carbon. Sexual intercourse now form an integral part of your exhaust. Exhaust. Without talking about reproduction, every sexual organ purges out something. Have you noticed? If we do not talk about reproduction, sexual organ mainly is used to purge out stuff. What happens when a man have intercourse? He ejaculates. That's physical exhaust. What about the woman? She also climax. But before she climaxes, there are fluids in her body coming up. There are movement and signal given to our uterus or ovaries to release eggs in preparation for accepting something. So sexual intercourse, either a male or female, is a process of exhaustion, a sort of exhaust in a car, a medium through which excessive energies are being released. Kó má lọ di mental problem fún ẹ. This is why this spirituality that we practice taught us that you eat only when you are hungry, you drink only when you are thirsty, you live a day at a time, you have intercourse only when your body needs it. It is wrong to make a routine out of sexual intercourse. People think because we are dating, then we must necessarily have sexual intercourse. They even put a date on it. They put routines on it. They put a roster on it. Some people even have to count it. We've been in this house for the past 3 days. You didn't touch me. You can be perfectly in love with a person, crazy about a person, passionate about the person, sacrificial about a person without sexual intercourse involved, except when it is necessary. I realized that mankind look at one another as a pleasing object. To a man, a woman is nothing less than something to ease off. To a woman, a man is more or less like a sexual toy. People practically get involved in relationship, having objectified one another. And so it becomes a prerequisite. If you meet my sexual energy, sexuality, sexual energy, which is now being thought of in terms of sport instead of recreation, pleasure, enjoyment, exchange of data, sexuality, the act of sexual intercourse, majority out of 100, 99 of them are thinking of sex as another sport, an adventure, exploration. So they introduce different types of ideology and ideas into that sacred moment of their life. We are coming from the aspect of sexual energy being a representation of exhaust in a car, a way to let go of energies. Now, when I say energies, am I talking about you sweating? Am I talking about you panting? Am I talking about the amount of calories that you burn? That's not what I'm talking about. I leave that for the medical practitioners to do. Whenever you puke a sperm out of your body as a man, you release a certain amount of energy from you and you are reduced a little bit. In terms of your spiritual awareness and alertness. What you see as relaxation is actually letting down your guards. You feel agitated. You become over spiritual, overly sensitive. At a point, whatever a man says to you, it's either working negatively on you or positively on you. But whatever spectrum you find yourself, you will realize that it is not on the average level or threshold. You are constantly at the edge of each spectrum, either negative spectrum, positive spectrum. Then we call it overload. You become overburdened because you have accumulated too much of energies inside of you. more than you need for your day-to-day activities. And so when you involve yourself in the act of sexuality, you level up. At that moment in your physical body, you feel relaxed, but in your spiritual body, you feel gauged, level on the average. So sexuality is a medium of regulating your energy. It is also a kind of wiper, so you can see clearly the way things are. You feel that a man seriously is in love with you, deserve to be your husband, because you are sexually starved, or you are in need of energy regulation activity. After the sex, your eyes now become clear. You have cooled off the excess, and now you are clear. So you can see this man in its real sense. You can now see this woman in a real state. A lot of men, I don't think you believe what a man says at the moment that he's sexually starved. He's lying. And you know, men talk a lot more when they are sexually starved than women. Are you getting my point? So, this sexual intercourse is a medium of regulation of your energy, which is an advantage to your spirituality. This sexual intercourse is also a way for you to clearly see things the way they truly are. A lot of you have never seen things the way they truly are. That's why you rush into marriage, conjugation, and after a few months, you are blaming yourself. What am I doing here? When you have cooled off, you realize that. And then we talk about people who want to cool off in different experience, different episode, different styles, different ways. Some people believe that cooling off before marriage is something, but cooling off inside marriage is another thing. They want to be able to have intercourse with you as man and wife. So the reason why they are moving away from boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé is because they have not experienced cooling off with you in the confinement of marriage. So when your aim regarding another is founded on the basis of sexual intercourse, cooling off means cooling off. You either cool off rightly or you cool off finally. You will now see that, this Baba Yooba have a big nose, so what am I doing with a man with big nose? But before then, you can't see my nose. Sex and sexual energy blindfold you. It barricades your sense of reasoning. Why? Because the paramount thing for you at that moment is to cool off. You are human for a moment. You can be found at the extreme end of the spectrum or the lower part of the spectrum. You want to be normal. However, in that state of abnormality, everything you see are not the way they are. So we see people who want to engage in different form of cooling off. Some people practically felt like, I have not been able to cool off with my partner in a car. And so the reason why they are holding on to that relationship is because they need to cool off in the car. Now, they begin to now embrace it as a form of adventure. All that you are good to them for is sexual exploration. And we speak of sex now as a release of energy, excessive energy. Now look at mankind today, and what is the singular factor that contributed to our continuity as a race? Sex. That's all. Imagine that you are capable of giving birth to 5 children and you refuse to. Every of those child, they are an energy in their own self. So you stand in the place of a creator. But most of the time, you condemn the creation and the creativity behind it. Am I making sense? You were purged out by the universe as a creator. Everybody say it is God who created me. No, God did not create anybody. Sex is what made up everybody. Surely if there's a God who molds people and breathes in them, he would have made everybody he want to make at one time. Don't you know that sex is very stressful? It's very stressful. Especially for men. They will still engage in foreplay. They will engage in buying flower. They will engage in pampering. They will engage in merry-go-rounding. All sorts of things before they get to the main deal. It's stressful, man. And for women too, the produce of sex, you start worrying about your menstrual cycle. And then you start worrying about your 9 months or time of life. And the day you have to give birth to that energy, it is like hell. So I don't think if God is responsible for creation, he would allow you to take all those glory and go through all those things. He should have just create everybody you want to create at the time. So when children come to you and say, what is responsible for my existence? Tell them mommy and daddy make love. You know how to explain to them. So imagine that you refuse to purge out that energy that you are capable of. In your church, in your mosque, they treat this topic as something so out of the ordinary. They believe in the concept of creation, but they refuse to talk about the process of creation, which is creativity. You as a person, you stand in the place of a creator. You stand constantly in the place of a creator. Why did I call you a creator? A creator in terms of the fact that you have multiple streams of energies in you. Every time you allow one go, it becomes another independent energy on its own. And how you can perfectly release this energy is through creation. The process of creation is what they call sex. So there is no sin in having sex. However, there are modalities to having sex. There is an age that human beings has agreed that at this age, we will start having sex. It is the one that you agree on, not the one that the nature agree. The moment a person is ready for sex, puberty starts. Nature has a way of giving you that notification button. Okay, you're done ready. You can start reproducing now. It is because we do not approach the concept of sex from the aspect of being a creator that must engage in creation through creativity to have a creature or a creator or creature rather, and live in creation that make us constantly live in a perpetual era where there is sexual perversion and several other sexual crimes. A creator. Until mankind begin to live as gods, everything that is supernatural looks like a sin to them. Everything. Until you start to live as gods, every supernatural thing you are privy to do by the universe is looking like a sin because you think you don't deserve the credit for it. Are you getting my point? When you as a creator engage in creation through creativity, now your creation is the plugging of each other. Ẹ plug ara yín gidi, ẹ máa plug ara yín pa. Tó bá yẹ pé American socket ló ń lò àbí European socket, wá èyí tó fit yẹ ẹ lẹ̀ mọ́ra yín. How you will now plug the two sockets is what we call creativity. They say it's foreplay, they say it's mom play, they say it's 50 play, they say this and that, blah, blah. And the produce of it is creatures, which are human beings. How you get my point? Now, the knowledge of sex now taught us that there could be polygamy, but then the concept of a lot of things has gone wrong. The concept of they say threesome, foursome, all those some. Meanwhile, when you were in school and they were teaching you arithmetic, you could not know the sum of 127,000 plus times 187. You don't know the sum total. Some of you don't even know the sum total of your basic salary. But when it comes to threesome, foursome, you know all the sum in this world. Some people say there's a style called 69. Kí ni 69 ṣe gbàdé bí ìbálòpọ̀? They say there's one called Kama Sutra. Wọ́n jókòó lè ṣe ń bẹ, wọ́n yọ̀ díẹ̀ sẹ́yìn gangan bẹ, kí lọ́ọ̀ tí fún tán. Now, mankind now focus on sex as if it is the only thing human beings are made for. Please kindly keep your question till when we finish. We focus on sex as if sex is the only thing that mankind are made of. When you were little, you could go about freely. You could walk around naked. But at some point, you begin to expose yourself to some level of education, and the parent mess people up. So we get to a point whereby every contour in the body of another looks like a world on its own. Ṣèbọ́mù yìí ló mú títí tó fúnra ẹ̀ fi filẹ̀. Kí wá èé ṣe tí ìwọ fi gbá ọmú mú débi tó yẹ pé ọmú wa ti di aims and objective in life. We should have time to laugh at it. Èé ṣe tí ìwọ fi kọ oríire sílẹ̀ tí o fi gbá ọmú mú, èé ṣe. Some men now have reduced their brain and their third sense, their third eye, to a point whereby every single contour in a woman's body automatically is a world on its own, a new planet they must explore. Ẹ ṣá máa gbé langilangi ní sáàrin ọmú, ṣé yẹn jẹ́ reproductive organ? Kò sírú ẹ̀hànnà style tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe tán lẹ́yìn ìkùlé. Ẹ bá ti tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ra yín báyìí, ó di ẹ wá di ẹ̀hànnà tán. Ó ti mọ́mú náà títí omi ò jáde mẹ́. So, what I'm trying to say is that although sex, that act of creation, that creativity is necessary for you as a creature to come into an existence because it is a process. Sex is an initiation of energy release, the release of energy. However, you must not think that mankind is all about sex. Some of the women too. Some of them, maybe fear. Every time, see, it is not only men that naked women with their eyes or imagination. Women also do it, just that they are very discreet. Yeah. Basically, when we now look at each other, what is my first impression of you? Is it to make love to you through my service to you, or to have sex with you through whatever means possible? What is the basis of my confession to you? Why am I at your service? Is it to get down with you or to lift you high? We are getting somewhere. Don't lose focus. Now we now get into that world where sex is now commercialized. Apart from the concept of religion and zoning responsibility to the sky god, sex is the next thing that you can easily use to colonize mankind. Some men even think that if they are not gone down with one, maybe 5 women on their street, they are not man enough. Women also. Ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ni ó máa pa mábẹ́, ó sì lọ́kọ tiẹ̀ lé o. I do not speak only in terms of the heterosexual, because there is no basis of discrimination between any form of sexuality except for pedophilia, and that's an abuse, and those who rape. If you are homosexual and you are listening to me quietly, I'm asking today, why must everything about the homosexual be about their sexuality? It seems the only conversation the homosexual know how to handle, and the only basis for their fighting human rights is because of what you happen behind the closed door. I think there are homosexuals who are making life worth living for us by the invention. Why are we not talking as if life is beyond sex? Look at what sex has turned humankind to. It is the battle between the heterosexual and the homosexual. And some people want to behave like bats. They want to fly like a bird and crawl like a rat. They say they are bisexual. Tírọ̀dù bá dé gbà sí, tẹnu bá tún dé kò bò, kò sí nǹkan tí òun tó lè ti mọ irúfẹ́ àwọn yẹn lára. I'm of the opinion you should choose a side. Be in one place. If you want to be homo, be homo. Don't tell me you are bi. When you become that and you get yourself available for every form of things that come around you, you don't have a choice. You are just existing. And that is not to say I'm discriminating against you. You can't be with a man and be cheating on a man with a woman. You can't be with a woman and be cheating on a woman with a man. Please stay in one place. We appreciate the fact that you are coming out as homosexual, but all about your life should not be about your sexuality. Let's pick another topic and talk about it. Humanity is not all about talking about sex, thinking about sex. So it seems how that they talk about their sex. The heterosexual don't base their life towards their sexuality. Everything about heterosexual people is not based on what happened with their penis and their vagina. It seems it's the homosexual that want to know, we know what you are, be what you are, we love you like that. Let's talk about business. How do we move the world forward? There is more to it. Now, the knowledge of sex, having done that, the knowledge of sex begin to now automatically instill in you that as a creator, you are a sacred being. You can't just create any form of nonsense. The knowledge of sex is the basis of family planning. The moment you get family planning right, community building and country existence becomes something normal. The knowledge of this sex now begin to tell you that for everything that is released, there is somebody that is accepting it. Somebody is asking, okay, why are you not against homosexuality? Does African spirituality support homosexuality? Now let me take you back a little. You see, this life is not black and white. Everything about life is not all your parents taught you. There are some people, humans, that they are called intrasex or intersex. Their internal organ is that of female. Their external is that of a male. You need to look beyond what you have been taught. Look beyond what you have been taught. How should they live their life? Transsexual. There are some people also who are impotent. They simply cannot achieve erection. However, they need a way to be able to massage their prostate gland. I believe when we've spent the rest of our life fighting about who have the right to be heterosexual and homosexual, we would live a wasted life. Because when you look at it very well, this concept of homosexuality and all that, it exists in the animal world, in the plant kingdom also. If you don't go far away from your own domain, you will not see that some squirrel can have a very huge hunchback. This hate that you have been brought up with against your fellow mankind because of your choice of living is what is barricading you from accessing the full potential of your spirituality. Of your spirituality. When we realize that every single time, now what I'm teaching you is not applicable to the heterosexual alone. Even if you are homosexual, you guys, you ejaculate, right? If you are lesbian, the female, when you people begin to plug yourself to each other, you exchange fluid, right? The physical aspect of release of energy. You realize that the carbon that is being emitted by the exhaust of your car is being absorbed by the trees around, or even you, into your lungs. The carbon is the breaking down of the data that is excess in the body of a car. Someone else had to take it in. So at that moment of ejaculation and all that, you exchange data with people. The purpose of you plugging your, charger to the socket or your whatever to the socket is to get data of electricity in order to power your. So also the plugging of male, female, female is an exchange of energy, exchange of data. If this is true, which is true, shouldn't you be careful who you now exchange data with or whose data you allow to enter into you? Some life just practically become useless and polluted because of the singular data they have contacted. And nature constantly teaches us the simplicity of data exchange or data gathering. How? If you have sexual intercourse with someone who have an infection, you will enjoy the sex. It might be the sweetest you've ever had, but you will not escape the infection. Yet you did not see the infection with your naked eyes until it began to manifest. Some people practically are stagnant in life, not because they are meant to, but because they keep getting in polluted data in their system from this person. By the means of sexual plugging, energy exchange, you have willingly and willfully accepted the terms and conditions of how this person's life is running. Are you with me now? Are you getting what I'm saying? By means of opening yourself up, or by means of plugging yourself in, you have accepted that whatever current that this socket is supplying, I have accepted it should come through my charger into my device. Device at any time. You don't see electricity with your eye. You just plug and begin to charge. If you go charge on a wrong frequency and wrong currency or wrong voltage, there is no explanation. The same thing with sexual intercourse. That person we want to exchange energy with, and that person we want to create energy with, we must be very peculiar and particular about them. Some people practically go and create a very nonsensical energy with people that they shouldn't. Have you realized that autism, what they call autism and all that, is not a spiritual attack? Do you know that? That autism is not a spiritual attack. That you can trace the syndrome of autism either to the family of the man or the family of the woman. It might not be active in them. It does not mean that that particular data is not lying fallow in their gene, in their chromosome, in their hormone, in their blood, in their fluid. But then, we live in a life where everything is an exploration. Ó dẹ̀ ti explore, ó ti gungi lé kọjá ìwé báyìí. Bó ṣe ń gba sí Bísí ló ń gba sí Bíọ́lá. Bó ṣe ń gba sí Bùsáyọ̀ náà ló ń gba sí Bùkúnmi. Wọlé ayé ẹ̀ báyìí. So when you make researches, you realize that there is no invasion without inclusion. In those ancient days here in my tribe, when we want to get married, there's something we call Ifojusode. Ifojusode means investigation. Investigation. Where our parents, we pay people to make personal investigation into the family we are marrying into. Either they have leprosy in their, either they have, is it postpartum depression or something? Abysmal postpartum depression. Either whatever ailment, if it is something that herbs and roots cannot cure. There are some family whose gene cut them short at the age of 40 or thereabout, which is plainly different from spirituality. They just cannot afford to live long. At that moment, they begin to shrink and they die. Our parents are able to investigate. They have asked from Ifa. Ifa has said they can be together. However, you must not also exceed or ignore the aspect of investigation. So you don't begin to create a nonsense energy with someone who is not standard. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense to you? African spirituality provided that particular way out. In a world where you meet someone at the club today because they bought you, oh my job, they bought you a cup of wine and they did like this to you. They did like this to you. You now follow them into their hotel room. So many people are practically useless now because of their lack of knowledge of sex. Ara ó sì mọ sọ̀rọ̀ fún ọ. Ara ó mọ sọ̀rọ̀ fún ọ. you because somebody gave you urgent 2K. Urgent 2K has messed up the life of so many women. Shawarma. Even pizza, Domino pizza has messed the life of many people up. You think you are doing boys? You think you are making sense with life? You think you are doing girls? This is my time. Let me enjoy myself. You know they will still look like a normal human being. Let them pull you out of the freezer. You start rotting away. May we not rot? Somebody say Shino Bole Jati. Àwọn awo Shina Wọlé, àwọn Shina Peters. Àwọn connection Shina Pella nìyẹn, gbogbo ilẹ̀kùn àṣì. Àwọn Mr. Elarowa, àwọn Lala Kibo, àwọn Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Lala. Knowledge of sex. Knowledge of sex. Somebody agree that we are all guilty of it. If this is what we were taught, we would have been living with responsibility as our focus all this while, instead of telling us that if a man touches you, you get pregnant. If pregnancy is the only consequences of sex, everybody should go ahead and have sex. We need more human being on it. We need continuity. But there's more to that. There is more to that. It is the uploading and downloading of data between one person and the other. Uploading, downloading. While it is dangerous for you to upload or download, some of you download your goodness into empty barrel. Some people upload data from a corrupted database. While that could be possible, so also sexual intercourse with someone whose energy is upright and awesome can enhance your spirituality. Can enhance your spirituality. Hear me now. There's such a job that somebody was asking me last time that is it possible for people's destiny to be exchanged and all blah blah like that. There's nothing impossible. There's nothing impossible. A lot of women now, they live as an empty barrel. Totally empty barrel. Why? Because of the man they married. So do not think you are out of the danger or out of the reach of danger because you are married to a person. Bad people get married to, and they get married for their bad intentions. Good people get married to. There are cases in Africa where some people profess love to another simply because they are orchestrating or staging a parasitic movement. A parasitic movement or having a parasitic intention is that the person is an empty barrel. But the more they have sex with this person who is full, the more of that person's energy that they get. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, I was coming from the aspect of if you have sex with someone who is polluted and all that, you download it into yourself. Same thing when you have sex with someone who is standard, quality and all that, you download to yourself too. But if you are a good person, your download is not going to be rendering this person empty. Somebody said gold digger. Yeah. Gold digging is beyond taking money from you or giving you sweet mouth. The real gold digger, they go spiritual with you. Wọ́n á dig ju gold lọ lára ẹ̀. Nígbà wọ́n bá dig gbogbo abẹ́ ẹ̀ tán, wọ́n wá dig gbogbo wúrà àti fàdákà. Wọ́n á tún wá dig gbogbo òjìá tí ń bẹ lábẹ́ ẹ̀. Kí ìṣẹ̀dá má jẹ́ ká pàdé irú wọn. Àwọn afojúfẹ́ni má fọkàn fẹ́ni. Àwọn amọ́niṣe ni. Afàìmọ́niṣe ni àwọn aṣèrìtàn bá ní dárò. Ó bá kẹ̀ní kọ́la ká pàdé irú wọn. Kílẹ̀ ó lanu kó gbé wọn mì. Àṣẹ. They are hunter. Such people are hunter. All they hunt is the glory of another person. You realize that 20 years of your life is gone. And every dream you had before you met them, none is possible, but their life is moving forward. Oh, them, oh, Soji. You realize that 50 years of your life is gone, and all you have done as a success is to live your life for them while they are achieving purpose. Wọ́n á fẹ́ kóná igi, wọ́n á fẹ́ ṣe náà, wọ́n á fẹ́ kóná igi. But no matter what anybody tells you about this set of people, you will never accept, because orí ẹ ti yí, love nǹkan tó ń pè love yóò ti blind ẹ. Ò ní kúkú kòròfo. Ọ̀rẹ́ ò ní dàbí pé bí n ṣe wá mo ṣe lọ. They hunt it. All they need is what you carry. If you say, I'm a white person, it can be possible. Test it. The white people also understand what the concept of spirituality. I am talking from the perspective of African spirituality. Wow. There are scientific researches that has been done by our ancestors. It is possible. They just hunt your glory. But the day they come into your life, your home glory and the way things are working just come to a halt. How do you know? Someone has asked me, how do you know that this is a wrong energy to exchange with? What happens to your life the moment they came into it? Surely you must know the pattern of your life. What is the pattern of your life having met this person? Or what is now the pattern of your life when you left this person? Some of them come intentionally. Some of them do not even know that they are glory wrecker. They just come to wreck everything. Toripe, they are like a grave, a walking grave. Everything that comes into them, they get sunk and they get rotten. May you not miss such people. And they can know how to have sex in campus. They can make you come. Such people, you will think they are made for sex. They say if you like this video, that it will go viral. Please like it. They can be so good with this sexual, it will be touching your brain. It will not tomorrow one, or finance one, and they are sucking you. They are killing you softly with your stuff, wrecking your whole life with your life. They are killing you softly with your, killing you softly with your, wrecking your whole life. Èpà sì ń para ẹ̀ olóhùn ń pajá. Wọ́n á mú mókólé, wọ́n á mú ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn, wọ́n á mú ṣẹ́pẹ̀, wọ́n á mú monkey tail. Wọ́n kò jẹ́ German machine naturally. Bó ṣe wà lọ́kùnrin lọ́jọ́. Bó bá sì ń wá wọn ní gíga, ó pàdé wọn. Ọ̀wá kíkúrú, ó pàdé wọn. Anywhere tó bá ti wọ́n pàdé wọn. Ó wá máa pé, ó ti fẹ́ dà mí lórí irú. Yìí tí ẹ lè ṣe without you. I cannot do without you. The way he turns me, he sends me to 7 clouds, 7 heaven. You are in heaven. Heaven is for miserable people. This is why your life is not moving forward. Are you with me now? Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. How is your life having met this person? Is it better for you to text them or for you not to meet them at all? You have to choose a choice. You look beyond the words a man says, you look beyond the figure of a woman. Gone are those days where you think it has to be how you were born that you will look. No, women can now buy Botox. If it is Botox that is your own weakness, a glory wrecker and a glory hunter with a gigantic Botox can be sent to you. If it is breast, for your you must suffocate later none. If it is breast that is the most important aspect of your own life, a glory wrecker with a big breast, cowbell milk will be coming towards your way. You'll see more ben. We now begin to look at life beyond the physical, the totalitarian aspect of life. To know that I've got to tell you something. A certain lady came to me and she wanted help. How may I help you? This is a very pretty lady. And she said, she gave herself a very strong nickname alias. She said she did some things some while ago. And then, because of the way her father treated her mother, that she want to avenge her mother. So therefore, she want to take it out on all men. Said she now went into a certain place. Kari Akoko or Akoko Ekiti or something. A person there now send her on a journey to Benin Republic, where the only thing that the man, the Babalawo, asked her to bring was a female duck. Pepeye, abo pepeye, female duck. Listen now, female duck. And she said, while they were doing all those things, they caught the behind of the female duck. Furo pepeye, the behind, the anus of the female duck. Did something to it. She lied down flat, and the man put it above her vagina, and the stuff disappeared into her. I said, okay, go on. She said, the purpose of that is that whenever a man, and she does not mate with ordinary men, she hunts men who are heading somewhere, because she indeed look irresistible. Duck, D-U-C-K. I'm talking about duck. D-U-C-K. Whenever she sees a man, that she likes, she is the one who goes to them. And sometimes they are the one who call her. That when they make, have intercourse with her, unknowingly to them, that it is when they are making intercourse with her, she will be hearing the quacking of the dog. That moment, the man think that is having sex with her, but the man is having sex with the dog. Said 6 months most. 6 months. No matter how big the man is, no matter how rich the man is, no matter how popular the man is, it's like an iPhone that the battery is low. It will disconnect the network, everything will just go low like that. No redemption. Okay, ma, what can I do now? What do you want me to do? Said she wants to neutralize the stuff. So, why do you want to neutralize it? She said she met a certain man who treated her well and never asked her for sex. And the guy has been so good, and then she really wants to settle down with this one, and she wants to remove the stuff. Don't be offended with what I say, with what I'm going to say now, but I just told her that people that put it there are going to be the one who move it out. Because I'm not the one who put it there. Why are you coming to me? The irony of the matter is the one who did it has died. The son of this man in Benin Republic does not know that particular spiritual science. His father did not tell him that spiritual science. And then there's nothing I personally can do about it. Yeah, because I don't know how to undo it. And I'm so good at accepting my own limitation. So in consequence, she cannot marry the man she likes. She may never even marry again. Because making love to her or having sex with her is deflating your own life. And coming to what is happening in our world, where there are young men who want to get married, who want to get wealthy or rich quickly. Some of them make use of these young ladies, either directly or indirectly. Let me tell you how indirectly. They choose to use some of this lady as an harvester. Harvester. What is the meaning of harvester? No, having finished working on this lady, they now send her out. So you see so many young men who know their girlfriends, their boyfriend, they are not budged. So the lady goes out to have sex with several men, and in return, these young boys, these men, they have harvested the glory or whatever goodness in this person's destiny, whatever juice, whatever salt, whatever sauce is in this person's life for themselves. But they don't last long. That's the irony. When you take what does not belong to you, the law of nature says that you die on time. What I'm saying to you now, you may be saying, okay, are you saying that we should not practically have sexual intercourse? I'm saying know who to have it with, because the very continuity of human race is dependent on sex. Solely dependent on sexual intercourse. The continuity of creatures lies in the hand of the creator to engage in creativity. It's not everybody that is bad. I was saying when you meet someone who is good, why don't you cherish them? And instead of you looking into life as sex is an adventure, just see it as an exchange of energy. The moment you see it as an exchange of energy, you look keenly and inward before you now begin to exchange that energy with someone. Are they worth it? Can you take the blame if things boomerang? So several times you must have heard how bad sexual energy is, how bad. No, sexual energy is also good. When you engage in sexual energy with someone who is fantastic, it increases your level of awareness in the universe. Just as some people come into your life, things mess up, some people also come into your life and things begin to blow up. What you have been looking for all this while becomes so easy. However, people with their insatiable nature, they want to explore another person, another energy, until we are coming to the end of the teaching. During sexual intercourse, what goes through your mind if you approach it as an instrument of creation? When you plug your charger in a socket, the charger is not thinking of something else but the electricity that is coming from the socket. It is not thinking of anything else than the electricity that is coming from the socket. While you plug yourself to another, what are the things going through your mind? Do not be enraged. Do not be carried away in that moment. I know it is sweet and it is pleasurable. What are the things coming through your mind? Because you are in the perfect state of your spiritual troubleshooting. Perfect state of spiritual troubleshooting. At that moment, you are as energetic and then also vulnerable. Do you take advantage of your sexual energy to make some decrees? How much effort do you put into preparing the place where you are going to exhume this sexual energy? How intentional are you when it comes to exchanging this sacred energy with another? Humankind have been taught to limit the moment of sexual plugging or sexual energy or sexual exchange to bodily satisfaction. You know what? When what goes through your mind is beyond bodily satisfaction, you eventually get not only bodily satisfaction, but then spiritual exploration. Does the beauty of this person come to you in a new manner? Can you practically stare into their eyes at that moment and see the purity in them? If you can take time to stare at this person to see the purity in them, if they are also dark within, you will be able to see it instantly. How intentional are you? Do not get so emotional when it comes to sex. It is difficult. It's a strange thing to do. Very difficult. Who taught you that during the course of sexual intercourse, closing your eyes is the best way to enjoy it? What are you closing your eyes for? Some of you will not only close your eyes, you will off the light, you will put yourself under duvet, you will close your eyes. Some will even put pillow on each other's eyes. Where are you running away from? You are about to plug yourself into a person, and then you don't want to have eye contact with that person. If you can practice staring into each other during sexual intercourse and you can still maintain your sexual energy, there are a lot of revelation that you'll be able to get without communication. Some say, tell me sweet things, call me daddy, call me mommy, call me this. Who is your daddy? Who is it? Question of fool and bill. If you are looking for your daddy, don't you know your father? Do you not know the person who gave birth to you? You know the person who bore you as a father. Am I your daddy? Who is your daddy? Who is the ọmọ àlè ní ẹsẹ̀ ò mọ̀ ni ọmọ àlè ní ẹ because tó bá ń wá dádì ẹ kiri lábẹ́ obìnrin á jẹ́ pé yàyàyàyàyàyà òun wá bàbá ẹ kiri lábẹ́ obìnrin. Who is your daddy? Who is ẹ come to dada. They say come to dada. Àwọn onídàdà. If all that comes through your mind during the moment of sexual intercourse is how somebody will choke you, kò sígbà tí ò ní gbẹ̀mí lẹ́nu ẹ̀, ó yìí máa pa ẹ́ gbẹ̀yìn. Choke me, daddy, choke me harder, choke me. Àwọn ọmọ choke away. That's how you people engaging. Straight sexual style. They even say there's BDSM. Ẹ wà nọra yín lálùfẹ́ kú. Ẹ nọra yín bí ẹni. So yeah, tie me up. Who if they burn your mama well, try to tie me. Man nori eyi. Man nori eyi. Ta ló ń tie. Èmi jẹ́ wúrẹ́. Why are you trying to blindfold me? Why are you trying to blindfold me? What are you hiding? If you want to act movie, go and act movie. We are in the moment of creativity. I need attention. I need to know I need to know what I'm creating. And I need to know who I'm creating it with. I'm not saying we can't make mistake of exchanging sexual energy with someone for the first time. That's why there's a provision in African spirituality to do memory cleansing. Whatever memory you have gotten from them, there is a provision for you to wash it off. However, there is a limit to how much you can take off when virus become your part and parcel. You can be infected. Then you use antibiotics and get off. You can try it once. Even your own inner mind will tell you that this thing doesn't feel right. We should learn how to make love, how to have sexual plugging intentionally. Ẹ wá sórí ara yín kodò. Bí ìgbà tẹ́ wà lábàtíọ̀, a máa gbọ́n sí gbòlà. You enjoy each other. You at the end of the day, it is not supposed to tie lábẹ́. Thank you for using the right word. You said detox. Detox. However, we must not, because there is a detox, for us to now be poison. You must not, because you have antidote, and now begin to eat poison. Because the cost of antidote and the pain of antidote is huge. The thing that Femi mentioned, the multiple sexual partner, it even destroyed the fun, the physical fun of sex. Just imagine yourself making love to Ramota, and then Ramota is shouting, "Jide, please," but your name is Biodu. Memory. Now she becomes so dissatisfied. You become so unimpressed because oti gbìyànjú gidi. Bí wọ́n bá ń pé yàn gbìyànjú, bàbá snooker ni ẹ́, bó ṣe ń pọ̀tì eré ló ń pọ̀tì, gbogbo blackboard ayé ló ti pọ̀tì. So when one innocent lady come who is inexperienced, you think she's not sexually active enough. But alphabetical order ní target here, you make love to women, you sex them alphabetical order. Both American voltage and European voltage, everything, even China, but you have it inside of you. Mr. Chukwumeriji. Now look at how unsatisfied you are with that woman that you greatly love. So you must be intentional. I'm not saying you can make love in your car, in a plane, but how sacred is that place? Remember the droppings of energies. You don't want a negative energy present when you are about to make a new creation. Press the like button. At the moment of making a new creation, there are two energies involved. And in those days, even our fathers, they leave spaces between one wife and the other. They leave spaces between one wife and another because they will not transmit the energy between this one wife to another. So when they are with this one, they give themselves break, not because they are tired. Our generation tiger not. They give a space to cleanse themselves before they go into the other. Are you with me? What do you do during that time? What comes through your mind? What do you utter? Apart from, oh, baby, you are sweet. Oh, baby, you are sweet. Oh, yeah, honey. Oh, baby, you are sweet. Oh, baby, you are sweet. Oh, baby, you are sweet. Some of you will now be shouting, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I know you don't shout Ogun or this thing, Sha. You turn around or strike here. How much of your self-discovery have you had before you now begin to plug yourself to something else? Because that will determine who you plug into. Àgùntàn tó bá bájá rìn yóò jẹ̀gbẹ́. Those who are in the company of the wise will be wise. If money is your motivation for sexual intercourse, you will go and plug yourself to wrong voltage. If the physical body is your motivation for it, you will plug yourself in the wrong voltage. Now you're saying spank me. Just because it's happening between the confinement of sex. Some of you are going through abuse. You don't know. You are keeping it to yourself. Abuse, buruku, battery. Some of you have been so introduced to battery and abuse and domestic violence during sexual intercourse that you think that a man that is gentle with you, a man that is pampering you, is not man enough. You think he's not man enough. They want to look through you. He wants to examine your energy. And nothing says that, okay, you guys have been talking about it, looking forward to it, and the first day he sees you, he just climbs on you. And also say you must wait before it climbs on you, or you climb on each other. Something must feel right. The presence must click. Ekun is asking you that. What should now be the motivation for sex or something? Why do you need motivation for sex? If being human is not enough to arouse you, then whatever motivation you need is out of selfish motive. Being human is enough, a motivation. Who is this energy that is before me? What kind of energy is before me? What do they have in store? The purity in them should be enough motivation. We don't talk of purity in terms of holiness, church people, no. One thing should be the reason why you have erection or sexual urge. It is that you want to collect this beautiful data. And you want to exchange your beautiful data towards this person. What is the motivation of a USB device when it's going into a computer? It is not, is it not data? It's an auditor. What data do this person encapsulate? How beautiful is their energy around you? Is it not motivation? Rollins is asking, how can you tell a person energy before engagement? Surely you have sensitivity. Number one, if the main reason for your engagement is to satisfy yourself or because of their body contour, people practically make love to people because of fat distribution. If the reason why you are going in is because ìdí bọ̀m̀bọ̀m, ó ṣèdí bàlàbàlà, ìyẹn ló ti ẹ̀ ń kàn sí, ó ṣèdí bàlàbàlà, ṣèdí bọ̀m̀bọ̀m. If the reason is because of the bàlàbàlà ìdí, fùrọ̀ lásán lásán, òfútu fẹ́ tẹ̀, ọ̀rá, if that is your motivation, forget about it. Even if the person is good enough, you might meet your Waterloo. All those things I said. Your eyes is beautiful, you have a cute nose, your teeth is this. If your motivation for sex is plainly because of physical anatomy, especially fat distribution, because you would not be able to reason between the lines. And while you are engaging in it, nothing called inner eye will be open. You have blinded it using their physical representation. Money also, if that is what is leading you. Some ladies say it is money that turns me on. I'm talking in terms of they say only money can turn them on. Don't go and get turned on your burial side. Do you have peace when you think of this person? How much calmness do you achieve mere thinking about them? The longing for their presence, is it because of their sexual, is it because of your sexual attraction, or because of the whole presence of them that you cannot give a reason for? Some of us cannot really approach a woman that is not intelligent. She must have a level of intelligence, because what are we going to talk about after the sex? What shall we be talking about? Okay, before the sex, introduction to sex, this place, what does it carry? What is in this place? Does it make sense? Can I hold an intelligent conversation with this person 2-3 hours and we are not arguing, we are reasoning out loud? Some of us, things like that, pull us. You can be naked. If you don't have brain, you will go as you come. I will pull Adam and Eve on you. You will go as you come. Is there anything like premarital sex in the African spirituality, Baba? Premarital sex. What is premarital sex? Sex before you marry. Sex after you marry. They are both sex. They are both an act or event of creation by a creator. If premarital sex is forbidden, then there should not be children outside wedlock. The nature should do it in such a way that when people engage in premarital sex, they should be barren until they get married. Sex is sex. Responsible sex is what we are talking about. That two people engage in sexual intercourse before you marry or after you marry, it is none of the business of African spirituality. See, as a matter of fact, in African spirituality, nature is what determines if you are willing or ready for if you are ready for sex. Are you with me? The moment you are ready for sex, nature tells you. And it has nothing to do with your age. Some people mature before their time. Some people mature later after their time. Àwọn ìyá wa marry at the age of 13, 14. Kò ń ṣe child abuse. It is because we have said, okay, we need the age of responsibility. That's why we are choosing certain age now. Because the government also make it hard for people to access the wealth in this universe. And so they zone it to a certain age. That until you reach this age, you will not be prosperous. You don't have access to this social status and all that, because they know that you won't have much time to enjoy your life. The social system, the systematic wiring and engineering has zoned it in such a way that they feel that if you are not reaching the age of 45 or 50, you should not have access to peace of mind or good living. It should not be so. In those days, our fathers were building their houses at the age of 19, 20. In those days, our mothers were getting married at the age of 13, 12, 16. Before the age of 25, they are done with childbearing. Their body becomes firm again. At the age of 30, you think they are still CC. They are moving around everywhere. So they last longer. They even enjoy more sexual time or duration with their spouses. Not now, you are 35, 46, married because your pastor say you can't. Because society is saying no. Because the government has considered the surgery that all the men that you marry you, they are still lawful. There's more to life. There's more to life than that. There's more to life than that. Any other question? Someone is asking, how does pornography impact on our spirituality? Bambi. See, pornography, you must know that pornography is a political movement. Can I say that? You must know that pornography is a political movement orchestrated to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. It will marvel you for you to know that the same people who put in money in circulating drugs on the street so that they can keep the prisons filled up are the same people who are sponsoring pornography industry so that you can keep buying medicine. The big pharma. Who are the stakeholders of this big pharma? The politicians. Pornography quite give you an unexplainable reality about what sexual intercourse is. See, there should never be a time except you are raped, and that's why we call it crime. There should never be a time you create energy with someone whose body you can freely disrespect. No one should be treated as an object. Does pornography teach you the concept of affection? Does it bring about passion to you? Does pornography teach you, does it resonate with your affection, affectionate adrenaline, your empathy, or the real sense of love? Does it? Pornography, when you look at it from an outsider point, it is basically to reduce your spirituality to the place of physicality. So how does it affect your spirituality? You become uncompassionate about your partner. It happens both ways. It happens both ways. That very essence of creation, so you don't create a polluted energy, is what pornography takes away. All that you think about when you watch porn is to satisfy yourself. You first, you first, you first, you first, you first. You first, and whenever selfish motive is there, addiction is not far-fetched. Pornography. Nature has done it in such a way that when you pick two children who are of the age of sexual intercourse that has never been exposed to pornography before, that they are at the age of puberty to make love, they will perfectly and effectively plug each other without your explanation. I'm not talking about getting addicted or not addicted. I'm talking about as much as you say, okay, I want to patronize it. You do it, right? You watch it. There is hardly any URL. There is hardly any IP address of people who use mobile device today that has not visited pornography. Even if you refuse to, sometimes you are pressing some ad and then it pop up and you go there by mistake. Out of 1,000 human beings, 1,050 people have seen pornography before. I know what I said now. Out of 1,000 human beings, 1,050 people have seen pornography before. If you think that because you are not going to the site, then you are not seeing porn, look at your ads. Coca-Cola ad, Pepsi ad, ordinary organic cream, ordinary to even to sell air, they will still open. Except you don't have social media such as Instagram or TikTok, that's why you say you. They sexualize everything. Everything has been sexualized. What are you telling me? What are you talking about? And then the purpose is to objectify one another, take away the affection of love, take away the natural instinct of being passionate about that person, void every form of passion in them, and let them see each other as objects. And the moment you begin to see a fellow human being as object, you need an extra energy to stay put in that particular spectrum. And then you begin to patronize the Viagra, all those big names, all those sexual enhancements. Then you become addicted to drug use. So you watch some porn, you see that the guy is ejaculating as if they are releasing the whole tank of cowbell milk. You too want to enhance your sperm listing. Oh, it's my body size, me. You watch some porn and you realize that at 25 minutes, 1 hour, the woman is still going. They are not going like they scripted everything. So you are looking for a woman that you will be, for 25, 40 minutes or 1 hour. O dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbẹ̀mí lẹ́nu ọmọ lọ́mọ. Wàá lo gbogbo ẹ̀ gbogbo àwa máa pọ́n lóde. Kí ló dé? Ó jù bá lò pọ̀ ọkùnrin àti obìnrin lọ ni. Ẹ dẹ̀ sọ di war. If you guys capture yourself with camera and video where you are doing all those things sometimes, you realize that yàtọ̀ sí, you are not different from hyena. You are behaving like hyena, jẹgúnjẹran, ìkòkò ajẹgúnjẹran. Òmùmímu, òfàfífà, òlálílá, ògbágbégbá, òtúndódídó, kí ló dé? Òfò fífọ̀, òrùn rírun. Ọmọ yìí rè ló gbẹ́sẹ̀ sókè ló fi kọ́ ọrùn ẹ̀, ló mẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ló ṣe báyìí, kí ló dé? It is sexual intercourse, not a war. More people die during sexual intercourse than any other activity in life. So eventually, your focus is on yourself. Your focus is on, and then it affects your spirituality at the end of the day. Is it possible for nature or issue to inform one of the danger of having sex with a person before you actually do without being spiritually fortified? Yes, it is possible. Listen to yourself. It's a basic principle. You just simply listen to yourself. Somebody will say something told me not to. Something but ejari o ti pa. O ti barbecue. O ti ra coke sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ agbode mu paraga. O ti bọ́ṣù ẹ o ti tan fan. Issue is now telling you not to eat it. Will you listen to the issue? You will not. It is not because the universe is not talking or speaking to you. It is because you are not listening. And there is an inner witness in you that tells you this is a no-go area. But look at it. Sister Kate came from Port Harcourt. She's here. Bó jẹ́ pípọ́n ni ó pọ́n tọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ bí ọ̀lẹ̀lẹ̀ àwẹ̀ ni. Fair in complexion, head to toe. Peruvian hair is touching her buttocks. She opened her chest. The thing is not bowing down. It's not paying obeisance to the ancestor. It is like this glove of Ali, of Muhammad Ali, pointing at you saying, attack me, let me attack you. The tummy is flat. The behind is gelimo. Olumorokire, don't do it. Issue is not telling you don't do it. Akim, don't do it. Akim, would you not rebuke issue in the name of Jesus at that moment? Strong men learn to listen to themselves, irrespective of what is at stake. You now begin to say, Eshu ma ba ti eje ni ewe issue. You will be using issue to cause issue. Issue ba yi eje ni ewe issue. O ti ra condom jo dele bo. Have you been to start a spam factory? Yeah. It is when they now boomerang that you now say, I should have listened. I should have listened. So many of you. It is not because you don't know that your marriage will not work. It is because you, I'm at it, Ivy, we have spread Ivy, we have done this and that. Please like this video so that people can also have access to it. Ify, this is a very beautiful question. Say, Baba, can we use human sexual energies to feed spirits in exchange for power? Very, yeah. Very well, yeah. There's more to life than what we already know. I would not be able to say some things on YouTube. That's why just look at the information schooling below. You'll be able to join our Telegram. Go to Telegram, download the Telegram app, and search for African Spirituality Hub. African Spirituality Hub. Or at African Spirituality Hall. Join the Telegram Shrine. Things like this are what we discuss every Sunday. There are some things I can't tell you here, except you are a member of the family. The question you ask me, very practicable. Very practical. It is in existence. It is in existence. People who are looking for strange power, people who are looking for miracles, people, oh no. They tell some to go to the burial site to do that. They even tell some to make love to someone who lives in the other realm, mad people on the street. He said, look for a mad person and because at that time the person has been possessed by Roman energies. Roman energies. It is possible. If you are looking for what is not lost, you will get lost when you see what you are looking for. If you are looking for what is not lost, you will get lost in what you are looking for. May you not get lost in what you are looking for. However, there are some strange babalawos out there, those people who introduce young people into this dangerous zone. And will multiply mad people on the streets of Nigeria, in the continent of Africa. See if imagine you are making love to the person who is making love to a mad person at night. Imagine that the pastor, that pastor that is laying hands on you and you are saying, is actually housing some set of mad women in his house that he must make love to vigorously every day before he mounts the pulpit. Imagine that this your bishop and this your imam tie down some people in a sacred place. He called it this is a holy place. But in that place is a mad person that he is feeding and he must make love to before he comes to do the abacadabra. Ayé ṣòro èèyàn lé o, má gọra ẹ o, má gọra ẹ, má gọra ẹ. We are bringing the program to a close. We are bringing the program to a close. My advice is to ensure that you guard your life, this physical anatomy, with all diligence, even though it will rotting away at the end of the day, but this is the only access to your spirituality. We tell someone that do not allow some strange people to touch your head. He say, okay, he refused that people should touch his head, but he will plug his penis in anyhow person. He will plug his head. We tell a lady, do not allow someone to just touch you anyhow. She said yes, but Oluwaye doggy style rí. Any langi yóò ti kẹ̀yìn sí wọn. Madam Akẹ́yìndé gbẹ̀gbọ́n kẹ̀yìn ní. Yóò ti kẹ̀yìn sí wọn. Someone asked earlier that are there some words of creation or creativity that we must speak? That is for those who attended African Spirituality Masterclass. African Spirituality Masterclass. In our African Spirituality Masterclass, there are things I broke down for them when it comes to sexual intercourse, making a baby, different set of incantations that are required per time. Before the sexual intercourse, during the sexual intercourse, after the sexual intercourse, during pregnancy, on the day of birth, and then after birth. Different incantation. Àwọn àgbà ni wọ́n fi lé wa lọ́wọ́, a sì ń fi láwọn tí wọ́n mọ iye lọ́wọ́. When the new session for African Spirituality Masterclass comes out, I will advise you to just join so that you can also learn. However, I'd like to inform you that we are going to be announcing a course for our children between the age of 10 to 16. It is called Elementary Orisha Masterclass. Elementary Orisha Masterclass. We want to introduce our children to Orisha. Orisha lifestyle, understanding of the ancestors as early as possible. It's going to be season by season. The first season will be coming out around the ending of August or September. Orisha, Elementary Orisha Masterclass for children from age 10 to age 16. So if you want your children to toe this path and understand the ways of the ancestor, it is time for you to bring them. If you have 8-year-old child, like Eku is asking, and you think that they have a good IQ to cope with the 10-year to 16, why not? They can join. And nothing says you cannot also be there with them as parents. You put them through. We are going to take it beat by beat with them. Beat by beat with them, for them to internalize and understand that their ancestors are not demons. To understand their ancestor in the light of the contemporary world. Are you getting my point? When it's time, we announce that. We must take it to the cradle. We must take it to the cradle. The children must also understand the movement that is going on and how it's possible to get done. I believe we have spent 2 hours, almost 2 hours, teaching each other and learning from one another. Other questions, please kindly join the Telegram Shrine. Telegram Shrine, you can put your question there on Telegram Shrine. Don't forget divination. We are setting new divination from 18th of July, 18th of few days time. We'll be able to accept new divination. For those who have reached out to me before, either on Telegram, especially on Telegram, I don't contact people anymore on WhatsApp. On Telegram, please, by 18th, send a message again. Send your message again, and then we'll answer you. Do not also forget that we have some little policy put in place, because we have people coming to us looking for miracles and magic. I don't give people miracles. I don't promise people magic. So because of people, at the end of the day, we have told them to allow time to work, having done our own part, offering the right sacrifice, knowing ourselves in the universe. Because they are so in a rush, they are bringing the mentality of Christianity and Islam to African spirituality. When you come to us for divination, there is a certain link we'll be providing for you to make agreement with us that we don't promise you miracles, we don't promise you magic. We only divine for you to know yourself. Most of our method is a do-it-yourself kind of method. And you should also promise us that you allow time to work and never give up on yourself. So by submitting the form, you have put yourself in a spot and put us also in a spot. When we use the data you exchange against you, you can sue us. When you use the data we exchange against us, we can also sue you. Baba Yooba is a corporate entity. Baba Yooba is a corporate entity. And then we even have certificate of incorporation here. So you might want to begin to teach yourself on how to talk. Because people say talk is cheap. Talk is not cheap. By the time you resort to defamation of character and nonsense talk, Mbama sue Bogo generation. Whenever I began to sue your generation, you will know that talk is expensive. Very expensive thing. You don't just talk anyhow. You don't blackmail people anyhow. You don't abuse people anyhow. So let us work within the legal frame of Federal Republic of Nigeria from where I am operating right now. I have formally tendered myself to the federal government of Nigeria. This is what I do. I am registered, and then I offer this service to people. But there is no miracle promise. There is no magic promise. My aim is to teach them about the universe and expose them to themselves, just like we are doing right now. So if anybody wants to now twist the ends of time after we make divination and all that, of course, which is not coming for free, we'll let you know that talk is not cheap. Talk is not cheap. So thank you very much. We are bringing a revolution to the way African spirituality is being approached. Very soon we'll be able to give you our office address in Ibadan. We are putting it up in place. It's going to be a therapeutic, is it therapeutic? A therapeutic environment for you to, stay. You can come for your divination, find time to relax, listen to the sound of nature, and be able to talk extensively about what you face and also encounter. It's not going to be a place where you are sitting on mat and you are sweating like a goat. Instead of you going away with solution, we will now give you more problem. It's not going to be a place where we tell you to be drinking blood of animal. You now be carrying time. No. It's going to be purely hygienic. People who have been able to work with us will see that if the thing we are doing with you require incision of all type, we tell you to bring your own razor. And we also apply gloves before we do incision. People who are coming into this part of life should bring their innovation. Enough of superstition, and then we must be able to practical. Thank you very much. Èrè lóbìnrin jẹbọ lábọ ọjà. Ọmọ tuntun ìbá wáyé àjẹ tóun tẹ̀rín tọ̀yàyà báyìí là fi ó pàdé àfin láàrin ọjà. Èrè lójú rẹ ó mọ rí o. O ò ní ṣìṣe o, ò ní ṣìlẹ̀tẹ̀ o. Mo dífá mẹ́ta, mo mú kan fún gúnugún. Ìmọ̀ ọ̀tá lórí rẹ ò ní gún o. Mo dífá mẹ́ta, mo mú kan fálùkò. Ìmọ̀jọ ọ̀tá lórí rẹ ò ní kò. Mo dífá mẹ́ta, mú kan fún agbe. Gbogbo èrè tó o bá ṣe láyé yìí àṣegbé o. Ilẹ̀ tó o bá tẹ̀ láyé yìí àtẹ̀gbé o. Ohun tó o bá sọ láyé yìí àsọgbé o. Wọ́n níbi tí wọ́n ní kékeré má gbé ibẹ̀ ní ń gbé, ibi tí wọ́n ní kẹ́kẹ́ má tẹ̀ ibẹ̀ ní ń tẹ̀. Inú ẹ̀gún báyìí màrìwò ti ń ṣẹ̀ṣọ́. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ń wá ṣubú rẹ̀, wọn ò ní kó lẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi jáde láyé. Á dára fún ẹ, á jẹ ẹ́ kalẹ̀, ò ní ṣorí burúkú, ò ní báráyé fọwọ́ tì. Ilẹ̀ á gbé ẹ́, omi á gbé ẹ́, afẹ́fẹ́ á gbé ẹ́, iná á gbé ẹ́ pẹ̀lú, ìṣẹ̀dá á gbé ẹ́, òbìrì á gbé ẹ́. Ìlú olójú mẹ́ta nílé ayé, ibi tó dára ṣáá yóò mọ̀ pọ̀jù sí ọ. May you experience excessive goodness in life, unlimited favor. As you go to the north, to the south, to the east, and the west, may goodness be your portion all the days of your life. Agbe tí wàá ń gbére pàdé olókun kó fún olókun lẹ̀, kó gbére pàdé ẹ lónìí o. Àlùkò tí ń gbére pàdé ọlọ́ṣà kó fọ ọlọ́ṣà lẹ̀, kó gbére pàdé ẹ lónìí o. Lèkélèké tí ń gbére pàdé ẹlẹ́fun kó fẹ́ ẹlẹ́fun lẹ̀, kó gbére pàdé ẹ lónìí o. Odídẹrẹ́ tí ń gbére lọ sí Ìwó kó foníwò lẹ̀, kó gbére pàdé ẹ lónìí o. Àtórí gbẹ nílẹ̀ yìí, àtórí tútù nílẹ̀ yìí, kí wọ́n máa gbére pàdé ìwọ lágbájá, ọmọ lágbájá, àṣẹ kórí bẹ́ẹ̀. Àbọrúbọyè o, àbọyè mọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́. Ire o.